Welcome once again to yet another lesson of learning. Today we're going to look very quickly at grade 9, module 12.9, proving lines parallel. Moving ahead, before we go ahead to prove lines parallel, there are certain important theorems and postulates which we need to focus on. Very quickly, when we look at corresponding angles either form the letter F, and the letter F can be in very different ways. Obviously these lines are parallel, right? The quick parallel sign, and the angle is formed below the line, so this angle is equal to this angle, and generally we use the letter F. When we look at alternate angles, alternate interior angles, these are our parallel lines. We look for the letter Z or an N, whichever way you can identify it will make it very easy. So if we look at the Z, this is the letter Z. Remember, it's not exactly a Z, but almost like a Z. So this angle is equal to this angle. So therefore we call it the alternate interior angles. Now we move on to the exterior angle of this set of lines. So the alternate exterior angle will once again form a Z, but now we look at the outside of the Z. So we have this angle here equal to this angle here. So we have the Z, we have the F and the N. Most importantly, the easiest one to always remember is vertically opposite angles. So in vertically opposite angles, we use the letter X. Whenever we have an angle opposite each other, equal to each other, then they are vertically opposite angles. And the last one that we need to know is the letter U, or generally I call it the cup, right? Generally like the cup. And we know that when we add both these angles, when you add both these angles, it must give you 180 degrees. If you add both these angles and it gives you 180 degrees, we can therefore conclude that the lines are parallel. Based on that information, we're going to go ahead and try and solve some of the examples. So very quickly, let's look at what is always given. Remember, always use the given information to determine whether the lines are parallel. So we look for angle 3 and angle 7. So they are saying to us that angle 3 is congruent to angle 7. So if we look at angle 3 and angle 7, we use the letter Z. So we know it is the alternate, interior alternate angle. Angle 9 congruent to angle 11. Angle 9, there's angle 9, congruent to angle 11. So we can very quickly see that we have the letter F being formed. So yes, they are parallel, and because of corresponding angles. Angle 2 and 16. Let's quickly look at angle 2 and 16. Here is angle 2 and here is angle 16. They are alternate exterior angles. right? You can see the Z being formed there. Alternate exterior angles. Number 4, angle 5 plus angle 12. Angle 5 plus angle 12. Angle 5 plus angle 12 is equal to 180 degrees. So when we calculate the value of angle 12 and angle 5, if they are equal to 180 degrees, then we know that line L is parallel to line M. Very quickly, we're going to move ahead with understanding how do we calculate the missing values. Very quickly, we know that if we add these two, we have to add these two. If they are equal to 180 degrees, then we can safely say that the line L is parallel to line M. Similarly here, we have alternate exterior angles. These angles need to be equal to each other. If they are, then the line L is parallel to line M. Moving on to the next one. This is basically the letter Z, alternate interior angles. When you solve for X, and if these two are equal to each other, we use the equal to each other here. If they are equal to each other, then we know line L is parallel to line M. Number 10. Number 10 is alternate exterior angles. Once again, you got to prove that they are equal to each other. If they are, then line L is equal to parallel to line M. Moving ahead to number 11. Number 11, when you solve for X, you would find that these angles are equal. We also know that this angle here is vertically opposite. So fx, 7x plus 5 will be equal to 5x plus 19. And if they are equal, it means line L is parallel to line M. Number 12, this forms the cup. And as I shared with you earlier on, when you add the values of both these angles and substitute the value of X, when you add them, and if it is equal to 180 degrees, then we know that they are co-interior angles, and therefore line L will be parallel to line M. I'm going to quickly do this example with you. So we want to see whether 7x plus 15 plus 25 will give me 180 degrees. So very quickly, let's solve this example. 7x plus 15 plus 25 is equal to 180 degrees. 7x on the left hand side of the equal sign, onto the right hand side 180, and we are going to subtract 15 degrees plus 25 degrees. Quickly grab your calculators and find the value of 15 plus 25, and it should give you 40 degrees. So 180 minus 40 gives you 140 degrees. So 7x is equal to 140 degrees. Divide by 7 on both sides of the equation. Cancel, cancel. 7 cancels with 7. X is therefore equal to 20 degrees. Let us substitute and check whether this is correct. 7 times 20 is 140. So substitute. 7 times 20 is 140 plus 15 will give me 155 degrees. 155 degrees plus 25 degrees plus 25 degrees equals 180 degrees. Therefore, we can conclude that line L is parallel to line M. I hope that this short video helps you to understand lesson 12.9, proving lines parallel, much more clearly. And as usual, never give up, stay focused, stay positive, and stay strong. See you in our upcoming video.